International Trade Focus is brought to you by GOIL and Agricultural Development Bank.
Coming up on International Trade Focus, we shall take a look at the Ghana-Germany trade relations and the role played by the Ghana-German Economic Association, GGEA. And later, African investment promotion agencies have been urged to collaborate together to attract the needed foreign investment and encourage intra-African trade.
So Germany is an important trading partner for Ghana. In 2022, Germany's imports from Ghana amounted to over 370 million euros, and the volume of German exports to Ghana was over 290 million euros. So there's no doubt that Ghana-Germany trade partnership is significant for the economic and social well-being of both countries. Here in Ghana, the Ghanaian-German Economic Association, acronymed GGEA, is an alliance for Ghanaian and German companies, entrepreneurs, institutions, organizations, and individuals with business and commercial interest in the two countries. We shall delve deeper into the association's role in fostering mutually beneficial trade relations between Ghana and Germany. My name is Anna Spio, and this is International Trade Focus. International Trade Focus is brought to you by GOIL Good Energy, ADB, Truly Agric and more, Public Elegance, and Pediasi Valley Resort.
Here's innovation from GOIL that takes you further. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes have been expertly crafted with the latest in liquid engineering technology, highly advanced for modern engines, prolongs oil change intervals, save you fuel, clean, protect and enhance engine performance. The way engines work has become complex, and GOIL has innovated to stay ahead with expertly crafted lubricants that work excellently with all petrol and diesel engines of today. New GOIL Super Synthetic 5W20 and 5W30 lubes. Innovation that takes you further. GOIL. Good energy.
Are you an importer or exporter? Do you need quick financing at the best rate on the market? ADB has good news for you. Walk into any agricultural development bank location nationwide for that solution to all your trade financing needs. ADB offers you pre-financing of exports and imports, post-shipment credit facilities, bank guarantees, the issuance and acceptance of letters of credit, documentary bills for collection, outward documentary collection. Enjoy free advisory services from our well-trained, dedicated trade officers. Exporters of agricultural products are encouraged to take advantage of this great service. For further enquiries, call us on 0302 210 210. ADB, making trade finance easy. ADB, Truly Agric and more.
What is all this? Why can't we ever seem to get this right? Our meetings are always chaotic, and that's why we are never able to plan efficiently. I have to do something now.
Yes, don't we all love solutions? The Pediasi Valley Resort welcomes you to the stunning surrounds of the Eastern Highlands of Ghana for your next business meeting, seminar, retreat, or conference.
All their venues are equipped with the latest audiovisual technology, as well as their very able conference and banqueting staff. At Pediasi Valley Resort, you will work in peace and relaxation, coupled with scenes and adventures at the Bree Botanical Gardens, the Art Village, and many more. If you find yourself in my situation, remember, Pediasi Valley Resort is your #1 solution. Pediasi Valley Resort. Live life.
Stay tuned for our focal point segment. In a growing, fast-paced world economy, despite economic blocks and vulnerabilities, bilateral trade relations between Ghana and Germany remain resilient, hinged on a mutual commitment between the two countries to thrive on trade and investment. Trade between Ghana and Germany stands on a viable front despite stifling global economic shocks since 2020, with both countries accumulating a total trade volume of about 641 million euros in 2021. According to the United Nations Comtrade database on international trade, the tenacity of the bilateral trade partnership between the two nations in 2022, Germany exports to Ghana mainly on the back of machinery and chemical products was valued at about $314 million, while Ghana exports to Germany mainly on the back of food and raw materials stood at about $332 million. The progressive increase in numbers between the two countries from a $213 million Ghana to Germany export volumes pre-COVID era in 2019 was proof of a gradual yet mutual relationship growing on a fertile trade boost ground. In more recent times, trade between the two nations have proven even more resilient as data from the Observatory of Economic Complexity revealed that as of August 2023, Germany trade exports to Ghana stood at 19.8 million euros, while its imports to Ghana stood at 14.6 million euros. In the light of the intensifying trade relations between the two countries, establishing a permanent trade presence in 2011 with the Delegate Office of German Industry and Commerce in Ghana, and sealing the deal with Ghana's inclusion in the G20 Initiative Compact with Africa under the German G20 presidency in 2017, was the validation that bilateral reforms and investment partnership between the two countries solidified on a permanent front. Over the course of 7 years, bilateral negotiations on development cooperation and investment spiked, with the German government reaching out to Ghana in the making of several grant commitments, as well as the increasing presence of German companies in Ghana. Ghana, on the other hand, continues to push forward the agenda of increasing trade and investment cooperation with Germany to deepen its economic relations, to remain relevant not only to Germany but all over Europe, taking inspiration from the success stories of North Rhine-Westphalia and Germany in building a progressive and prosperous country. President Akufo-Addo, at the 75th anniversary celebration of North Rhine-Westphalia, Dusseldorf in Germany, said with Germany being a major exporter of industrial products and technology led by North Rhine-Westphalia, Ghana was on course to hinge on its relationship to participate fully in the global market as an exporter of manufactured goods, not raw materials. This was also to further guarantee that Ghana will continue to maintain a conducive investment atmosphere for the Germans and worldwide.
North Rhine-Westphalia is not only the most populous state in Germany, but it is also her greatest industrial region, and has consistently for several decades been one of Europe's most important economic centers. These laudable accolades did not happen by chance. It took creativity, determination, enterprise, hard work, and innovation. We in Ghana are drawing inspiration from the success stories of North Rhine-Westphalia and Germany, because likewise, we want to build a progressive and prosperous country. Embarking on such a journey means we are having to accelerate the process of changing the structure of the Ghanaian economy, which will enable us to participate fully in the global marketplace, not on the basis of exports of raw materials, but on the basis of the exports of things we make. With Germany being a major exporter of industrial products and technology, with North Rhine-Westphalia being in the lead, Ghana's relations with Germany are of utmost importance and must be hinged on this. The recent establishment of a Volkswagen assembly plant in Accra is a welcome development, and we are encouraged by the fact that more and more German companies have expressed their willingness to set up shop in Ghana.
In 2022 again, the German government proved that Ghana was worth the investment hub of Africa when it committed a grant of about 82 million euros into Ghana's economy towards building renewable energy, strengthening the financial sector, skills development, digital transformation, and MSME support. Needless to say, as Germany and Ghana continue to foster their economic ties, the presence of a common institution to facilitate business growth for both countries was not left out. The establishment of the Ghanaian-German Economic Association (GGEA) in 1999 was the perfect mediator for promoting trade between the two countries. GGEA, an allied institution geared towards facilitating business and commercial interests between Ghana and Germany, was born out of the two nations' growing bilateral partnership. The association over the years focuses on linking business partners between the two countries by creating an active forum for public and private dialogue for unlocking business potentials in Germany and sourcing financial partnerships. Designed forums by the association provides information, knowledge and support to both Ghanaian and German businesses to overcome trade bottlenecks and stringent export requirements to the EU market and to take advantage of the viable business opportunities both parties present. As the German ambassador, Daniel Krul, put it at one of the many GGA forums, Ghana's strategic location, growing population, energy potential, and relative peace and proactive policies remain an attractive destination to foreign investors where the prospect of private investment is high if strategic economic policies are put in place.
There are important investors who have a clear rule that they only invest where there is a solid rule of law approach implemented, where corruption is severely challenged, and so that these companies are there. There are others who have a more, let's say, they have a much longer investment perspective. I'm referring to some companies in the construction sector. Some of them don't care about how the situation is in the next 5 years. They are more looking at the major trends. How is the situation in Ghana, in the region, in the next 50 years? And that is, I think, a big plus for the region, is the fact that the corridor, the number of people living in the corridor from Abidjan to Lagos will increase rapidly over time, and that creates enormous business potential.
So Stephen Entry, President of Ghanaian-German Economic Association, he joins us on our in-depth segment this week as we take a look at the role the GGA plays in ensuring mutually beneficial bilateral trade relations between Ghana and Germany. Our in-depth segment comes up next. Thanks for joining us on our in-depth segment. So the Ghanaian-German Economic Association is an alliance of Ghanaian and German companies, entrepreneurs, institutions, organizations, and individuals with businesses and commercial interest in the two countries. On our in-depth segments today, we want to delve deeper into the operations of this association and the role that they are playing in ensuring that Ghana continues to boost its bilateral trade relations with Germany. I have with me here the president of the Ghanaian-German Economic Association, Mr. Stephen Entry. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Right, now, so before we delve deeper into your operations, I want to have an idea, like over the past few years, what has been the general trend as far as bilateral trade is concerned between Ghana and Germany?
So the trade had been going up, had been trending in the right trajectory until COVID set in 2020, where trade was flat. Nevertheless, we've seen signs that there's been an uptick now, and that Ghana now is the fourth largest trading partner to Germany, combined trade, import-export trade, and we are trending upwards. Without a shred of doubt, in 2023, this current year, the numbers would be over 2022's numbers. So we've seen a reawakening, re-engineering of the trade relationship between the two countries. And so we feel very glad about this. Finally, that we've seen an uptick. Yes.
Based on everything that you've said, clearly, the prospects are huge. Obviously, volumes, imports, exports between the two countries will be huge as well, because if you're the fourth largest country that they trade with, then that brings me to my major important question. Your association, Ghanaian Germany Economic Association, GGEA. Please tell us your mission and the reason why an association like this was set up in the first place.
Okay. So sometime in 1999, our founder, Dr. Humphrey Atta of blessed memory, he was a Ghanaian German in every respect of the word. He studied in Ghana and then did his master's programs and everything in Germany. He was also married to a German. So he was Ghanaian German in all sense of the word. So he looked at it and said, no, there's a need to have an organization that would be a fulcrum around which the economic relationship between Ghana and Germany could be built. And so in 1999, this organization was born. Registered at the Registrar General and so on and so forth. We gave birth, of course, to what we call the AHK Ghana. So Dr. Atta passed on to glory in 2004, 2005, and I assumed the role of this organization as its president. And we've never looked back. We continue to charter a course that would ultimately lead to us building this huge trade relationship from around 200 million euros to our target is really to get to 1 billion euros within the shortest possible time. So if you want them to know why GGEA in short, is that we believe that we have this critical role to play to bring players in both countries to go together to nurture the trade, to expand the frontiers of business between the two countries. And hey, we've been doing that successfully, and we will continue to do that in the near possible future, yes.
So that brings me to my next question. Clearly, as part of the mandate, as part of the mission, you foster trade and investments between these two countries, Ghana and Germany. Yes. My question now is, how do you do this?
Okay. So we do it in a variety of ways. Now, we know that information is key to every business person. Knowing what is available there, knowing what is available here, is part of this game. I mean, this whole thing that will change the game between the two countries. So we have to provide business people with information, with data. Now, we do publications from time to time. We have one of our first publications, Doing Business in Ghana, where we listed all the major steps that one needs to take to be able to establish in Ghana. Obviously, that was meant for our German partners. And then we also came out with Doing Business in Germany. It's also a book that we published. Doing Business with Ghana, we do it in cooperation with KPMG. Doing business with Germany, we did it ourselves. And it contains a wealth of information outlining all the different steps and processes one needs to go through to establish businesses here in Ghana or in Germany. On top of that, we have strong partnerships with our German friends. And the good news is that today we've renewed our relationship with Africa Verein. African Verein is the largest German organization that focuses on business relations between Germany and the rest of Africa. Part of what is stated in this relationship, with this MOU that we have with them, is that we will act on their behalf to identify companies in Ghana that are ripe for partnership with companies in Germany. And they will also do the same for us. And we believe in this, that in this game of partnership, 1 + 1 is never equals to 2. 1 + 1 could be equal to 6 or 7. Both parties bring a lot of synergies together. And so in the end, you end up with what we call a geometric enterprise. So the partnership would end up, if we start with maybe $100 investment and another $200 investment, the combined effect of a good partnership should result in close to about $1,000 investment. That is what we aspire to do. And we want to be targeted. Which areas in this republic will create the most impact? Which areas here will create the most jobs for our teeming youth? Ghana has been identified, the youth of this country now has been identified to be very mobile, to be IT gurus, and we want to help promote that segment of industry. Again, we see a lot of waste out there, post-harvest losses. So we also want to focus a lot on agro-processing. And so we are liaising with our partners in Germany to see how we can bring in a lot more machinery, technical know-how, and personnel to come in to help utilize a lot of our foods, our foodstuffs, process them, and hopefully use some of them here and export back to Germany. That is how we are doing this. That is the trend now for us, and we are very passionate about delivering on this mandate. Yes.
So talking about partnership, let's dwell on partnership a bit.
Yes.
We know that the focus of the association is linking businesses in Ghana that want to branch into the German market and vice versa.
Correct.
So what has been the trend? I mean, even before we talk about the partnership some more, what has been the general trend? Because oftentimes we realize that when these partnerships or these bilateral trade agreements come into play, Ghanaian companies, for a lot of factors, tend to be like not on the receiving end, and for the foreign companies rather, benefit from some of these partnerships and all of that. So what has been the trend that you've observed? Are we getting more companies from Germany coming to invest, coming to find partners in Ghana? Are we getting more companies from Ghana branching into Germany, investing and finding partners there?
Let me give you clear examples. Stories always speak volumes than just words. So this company, unfortunately, I don't have their permission to use their name, so I'm not going to do that. Now, we help this company, very well-known company in Ghana. It's a haulage company. We link them up to the German manufacturer MAN. MAN is a company that produces trucks and so on and so forth. But then we also realized that the financial strength of the Ghanaian company was such that they could not do a lot of volumes as far as purchasing these trucks are concerned. So we leveraged on our relationship with another financial house, and then they used their financial intermediation methods, and they were able to fund the whole transaction initially of about 20 trucks that came in, and it helped. This company was hauling cocoa beans from the hinterland to the ports, and then transporting goods from the ports to Kumasi and other locations. This it's the type of thing that we do. So in this type of situation, it's a win-win situation for everybody, for the finance people, for the Ghanaians partner, and for the German partner. The structure is such that you'll be able to do your monthly payments. Of course, it's also predicated on having a stable currency. And at times when the currency doesn't hold, then we have a lot of problems. But we also have a way to change that narrative, because there's another organization that provides finance and insurance to take care of those type of situations. And there's this other company that, that's the Ghanaian side. There's this other company that we took on as part of our delegation to Anuga. Anuga is one of the largest trade fairs in Germany, specializing in food processing. And we took them there, and they came into contact with a major grocery chain, and they expressed interest in their products. The major hindrance here was capacity, the capacity of the Ghanaian to produce, to meet the volumes that they require. So they used one of their stores, and in there they said, this product is made in Ghana. Purchase it and support their growth and help stabilize, bring employment to their country. And they had a little video playing all the time around these products. And it flew off the shelves. Now, so we went to this company and suggested to them, perhaps you need to, because of low volumes, why don't you get together with some of your colleagues who are into this industry and come out with products with the volumes that they need. And the usual Ghanaian thing, which is also been a little bit problematic for us, is now if they come in, I'm not sure how it's going to work. In other words, they give all types of excuses. I think it's time for us as Ghanaians to realize that if we're going to do these partnerships and be successful and effective, we will also have to increase our production. And to do that, in the short term at least, we have to also partner up among ourselves, among companies doing the same type of products, and utilize the same type of methods and methodology so that there's uniformity in the production, and so you don't get situations where one batch of product tastes very good, the other batch tastes stale, and so on and so forth. In other words, you observe these phyto regulations that the EU market requires. So it's still a very good thing out there for us, but we have to make sure as Ghanaians, Ghanaian companies, Ghanaian entities, that we have also a big role to play to make this whole thing very successful. They've developed their markets in such a way that whenever a product hits, then they require volumes. Their consumption patterns are much more extensive than ours. That's one of the challenges that we've had so far. But it's a challenge that gradually we are working with our members and our partners to be able to overcome. We will overcome. We will get this done.
You're watching International Trade Focus, and this is our in-depth segment. Our guest for today is Stephen Enchi. He's the president of the Ghanaian-German Economic Association. The conversation with him continues after this break. Don't go away.
What is all this? Why can't we ever seem to get this right? Our meetings are always chaotic, and that's why we are never able to plan efficiently. I have to do something now.
Yes, don't we all love solutions? The Grassy Valley Resort welcomes you to the stunning surrounds of the Eastern Highlands of Ghana for your next business meeting, seminar, retreat, or conference.
All their venues are equipped with the latest audiovisual technology as well as their very able conference and banqueting staff. At Grassy Valley Resort, you will work in peace and relaxation, coupled with scenes and adventures at the Bree Botanical Gardens, the Art Village, and many more. If you find yourself in my situation, remember, Grassy Valley Resort is your #1 solution. Grassy Valley Resort. Live life.
Ohima, no be me I take a number first.
Are you? Did you tell you say take the number give me?
Guys, now I'm tired. I'll go on a date with whoever gets here first.
Princess, really?
Okay, I dey come.
Shut up!
Mame, fill me tank na mo wati.
Mate.
Boss, fill my tank with Super XP Ron 95.
Fuel up with Super XP Ron 95 and Diesel XP high performance products from Goyle.
Sorry, Tony got hit first, so I'm stepping with him.
Oh, cut him.
Hey, go for na buajungwa mami.
Choose Super XP Ron 95 and Diesel XP for an energizing driving experience. Always go for Goyle Super XP Ron 95. Goyle, good energy.
Goyle is good energy.
A warm welcome back. If you just tuned in, you're watching International Trade Focus, and this is our Index segment. On our Index segment this week, we're taking a look at the Ghanaian-German Economic Association and the role that this association plays in ensuring that there is mutually beneficial trade relations between Ghana and Germany. Our guest for today is the president of the GGEA, Stephen Ng. Right, so briefly, let's touch on the partnership bit, because I also feel like it's something that's very important. You mentioned earlier that sometimes in business, 1 + 1 is not equal to 2. 1 + 1 can be equal to 6, 10, and so on and so forth. There's a school of thoughts in our part of the world that businesses in Ghana tend not to really appreciate the importance of partnerships. And you being the position that you are, I know you've interacted with a lot of business, sometimes, like a very small business that may need to partner with other businesses in order to become even stronger to compete on the German market. But the feedback will always be just like you said, if we partner, blah, blah, blah. So being the position that you are, what do you have to say, or what's your remark on something like this? Partnerships and its relevance for Ghanaian businesses in order to compete on the international market.
I think the time has come. The time has come for us to really understand that, again, once you partner, there's efficiency in partnerships. Now, if perhaps you had 10 people doing certain types of activity and you partner up, efficiency will require that perhaps instead of having 10 at this firm and 10 at the other firm, you might end up with not 10 + 10, but in this situation, maybe 6 + 7. There will be cost reductions, and which would end up in the cost of production being lower. Now, in the cocoa business, for instance, perhaps it's not a very good example, but I think it brings out a point. Cocoa, you grow it, you dry it, and the beans, once they are dried, you just put them in a sack and it's ready to roll. Now, if it's processed good, subjecting it to different temperatures, different machinery that you use for production. Somebody might be using a machinery from country X, another person might be using machinery from country Y, and so on and so forth. So in effect, you end up with products of unequal quality. So partnership from our end then will also require that we all agree that we're going to use machinery from this source so that it promotes a uniformity. And so there are so many lessons that we need to learn in creating and forming partnerships. Now, it could be loose partnership. It doesn't have to be tightened partnership. In other words, that doesn't have to be amalgamation of corporate units. It can be cooperative style. But the essential thing is that the production methods have to be the same. The health, hygienic, and so on and so methods have to be in line with EU standards. As we speak now, the European Union have very high entry requirements for certain category of products. So if you are partners, then one or two of you will go through all these. But if you have disjointed companies, about 10, 20, that means each one of you will have to send a representative to go and study these rules. Come together, get to know the rules, and it just then becomes a matter of implementation. It's still not late. We can get these things done. In 2024, we're going to go full throttle on this partnership issue. That is going to be one of the things that you're going to hear us humming upon, championing, and staying on the rooftop and pontificating about, because that is the way to go. Without that, we will come to nothing as a country. We need to start exporting. Now, the only way that we see a lot of, one of the reasons why we see a lot of instability in our forest regime is because we don't export enough. Admit it, everything we are importing. Well, that's not necessarily bad if you do a lot of imports, but you also have to supply the world with some goods of equal measure in terms of their monetary value. So you'll be able to get your currency, give your currency some level of stability. These are very, very important for us. It's dear to our hearts. And we're going to pursue this, especially in 2024. So 2024 is our year of partnerships. So this is the theme for us in 2024, a year of partnership. We're going to promote this and make sure that not only do we as a country source machinery and other products from Germany, but we also want to be able to improve and increase our exports to Germany. We don't want to limit it to just the traditional export items, your cocoa, your gold, your timber, those things. I think we've done that all these years. It's not helped us. It's time for us to engage in processed products, processed food, processed this, and also, in other words, we have to add value to our products and send them to the relevant people there who can champion the products and spread it, not just in Germany, but throughout the EU market. Once it gains entry to the German markets, it can also go to the other EU countries. That is our aim. And I think it's very important for us.
Now, we know that for GGEA, the members cover a wide range of sectors. You have agriculture, you have automobiles, building construction, real estate, consultancy, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So for now, out of these various sectors, for now or for the past couple of years, what have been the sectors that you've paid particular attention to, perhaps because you see like a growing trend in that sector?
It's always been the machinery area, because, our people here, we like nice vehicles. So the silver stars of the world bringing in Mercedes, the BMW bringing in their stuff, and the German automobile industry across board, VW doing this thing. So that's that's where a lot of the imports from Germany come to. You know, those are the areas that the imports come through, and the traditional ones that from Ghana are the ones that I mentioned earlier. But I believe we need to change this narrative, and I like how you put it. Now, if you are a company, and let's, for the purposes of this conversation, say your total investment is $100, and then another Ghanaian company, their total investment is $200, and you get together. Of course, then the 1 + 1 here rule normally would mean it's 200 plus 200 is 300. That's purely arithmetic. But we want to do it in a geometric fashion. So it goes up further than that. So, and to achieve that, we want all these companies to be formalized. Formalized in the sense that they are registered, they have clear records of their transactions, they have audited accounts, and so on and so forth. Because see, when it comes to identify you as a potential partner, we would do these bona fide checks on you first to be sure that you are ripe and ready to be a partner. We would not want to just throw in a partner to our German friends, German colleagues, anybody, just for the sake of it. Because we know there are instances where if you don't do it right, you get your fingers all burned. And then you lose your reputation. And then you are not able to do this again because you lose credibility out there. So in order to maintain our credibility as an institution, as the fulcrum around which all these activities are taking place, we need to maintain some standards and enforce those standards without anybody coming in to influence this process. So we will do these bona fide checks on you, make sure you are in good standing in Ghana, and then invite the partner to come, or maybe sponsor you to go to Germany, meet them in one of our trade fairs that we attend. You get together there, you visit their plant, they can also come in here, visit your plant, and then things can start moving. You know, not too long ago, the German government helped Ghana to establish a center among these various pharmaceutical companies to produce vaccines. Okay? The German government thought that, why do we always need to come there and do this? Import, import, import. And the beauty that happened in this situation is that all the major pharmaceutical companies in Ghana, the major ones, they all came together, and they are the shareholders of this plant. And that's how it's supposed to work. When that happens, you have a genuine partner that you are dealing with, good, sound business people who have proven track records. So things work seamlessly. That is a model that we're going to use in 2024. We want so many companies in similar groups, bring them in as clusters, and then partner them up with a major German company. And if it means that they need to bring in the machinery and establish something here, and taking in mind that we have now the Africa continental free trade situation going on, then we can take advantage of this huge market. So we have all this in mind. It's the partnerships that will attract our friends and brothers from Germany to come in, help set up to meet that standard, that European standard, because that's the reason why people love Mercedes-Benz. It's the standard that they put in there that they don't want to deviate from. So the same standard, Mercedes-Benz-like standard, are going to be applied in whatever it is that's produced here, and then it will be fed to the rest of Africa and perhaps to Europe as well. Good things are going to happen in Ghana from next year, and we are happy to champion this. And this is, yesterday the Chancellor was here in Ghana. Chancellor Olaf Scholz came to Ghana, and his visit is seen as supporting the Ghanaian idea, the Ghanaian situation, the Ghanaian willingness of Germany to partner Ghanaian, even at the governmental level, to ensure that processes and things happen in Ghana, that the Ghanaian economy moves in the right trajectory. Good things will happen in Ghana, unquestionably.
And that was Stephen Enchi, the president of the Ghanaian-German Economic Association. Together, we delved deeper into the association's role in fostering mutually beneficial trade relations between Germany and Ghana. News and events comes up shortly after this break. Don't go away.